Being self-employed has its drawbacks: no holiday pay, no sick pay, harder to get a mortgage, etc, etc. But it does have its pros. Obviously, no boss, we can work when we want, whenever we want, and from wherever we want sometimes. Being self-employed, reselling, also means we sell stuff when we're not even working. I sell stuff on the school run, when I'm asleep, and when it's Christmas time. I'm eating too much, drinking too much, but you know what I mean. Basically, family time, zero work, I've still been selling stuff. And as you know, I work from the shed in the garden, selling my wares. And it's the day after Boxing Day, the 27th. I need to pack because it's technically a work day. It's Friday, business day. Let's pack some orders. Let's see what I sold on Christmas and Boxing Day. Selling across eBay and Vinted at the moment. 5 eBay orders to pick and 8 from Vinted. Vinted takes the win for the second video in a row. Woohoo! I'm going to basically go through my racking. We're going to pick what sold. I'm going to show you what it is, what I paid, what it sold for, any transaction fees, or if it was a free sale, hopefully. Obviously, I've made a nice bit of profit, and you pick up some knowledge and some tips on what to look out for heading into the new year. We'll start with eBay. This was my first Christmas Day sale, and there's a random one. I don't know if someone got it out for Christmas Day and they figured out theirs had broken, so they need one ready for the new year for the next family get together. There's this one here. But this was one of my last pickups before Christmas as well. Salton hot tray, vintage one. It basically, you plug it in, it keeps your plates and dishes warm. Sort of nice teak finish on it. You know it's vintage when there's a bit of wood on your kitchenware. Really like picking these up, nice and flat, easy to test. You literally plug it in, does it heat up? Yep, done. They sell strong, but yeah, they sell really well when there's a get together type season. So Easter, Christmas, New Year. That's exactly why they sold on Christmas Day. I bought it for a £5 note, and I sold it Christmas Day for £35 plus postage. I think £5 postage, that'll go with Yodel or Every. Obviously there is transaction fees to pay on that, so eBay around 12%, and I didn't, not promoted either, so just the flat sort of 12-ish%, we'll say 15% as a nice cut off. 5 to 35, nice and standard. Not too much packaging either, helps, it's got its original inserts and that, so yeah. Nice sale to start off Christmas morning. Next eBay one, pair of trainers, Boxing Day now, £7.50 from Vinted. Nice classic Adidas piece. Nice classic pair of LA trainers, Adidas LA trainer. Just nice silver and navy blue suede. All in on Vinted, I bought these for £7.50. That includes the actual price of the item, the postage. I think postage was free, that's why it's so cheap. But it does include a bit of buyer protection. £7.50, sold these on Boxing Day, £39.60p. And again, we'll find what transaction fees and that I've had to pay, because even though with clothing, second-hand item clothing, there is 0 fees at the moment. Obviously I do promote sometimes, so I will let you know if an item has been promoted. Full transparency. Right, so the fees included in this, these sold GSP, so they've gone to America, but I haven't had to cover any of that taxes or anything. So yeah, £39.60p plus £2.99 postage for the UK bit. Transaction fee of £8.13. And there was an ad fee of £2.76. I think on the lead up to Christmas, I'd done a 3% or whatever that equates to, a percent for them. So yeah, from £7.50 into 30 odd quid, not bad. Bloody fees though, geez. First clothing item, box C. So we come to here. Should be nice and easy to follow the alphabet, shouldn't it? Box C. All Saints. I paid up a bit too much for this on the charity shop. I think this was in a video. It's just an All Saints knitted, like long sleeve sweatshirt. I think at the time they had marked this up at £29.99 in the charity shop, Age UK, I think it was, in Whittam. And they were having a clear out. So all their overpriced expensive stuff like this was marked up at 30 quid. They offered it to me at £9.99 when I was paying. I thought, oh, that's quite a good deal. Sort of nice knit on it, All Saints men's, £9.99. Like this was all in the moment. I probably, looking back now, I won't pay £9.99 for this. It did sell for £18.70, and again that's free fees as well. Again, I'll check if there's any promoted. There you go, there was an ad fee, so I did promote this, and out of the £18.70, an ad fee of £1.13. So again, a flat sort of 3% fee, or whatever it works out as, you do the maths. From £9.99, all in after the ad fee, £17.57. I've got to post it yet, so I've made like a £5 after the fees and after postage, so yeah, I won't be doing that again, but at least I made a £5. We learn from mistakes, not mistakes, but you know, lower sales. Box N, now this was a profit. Box N, a nice vintage t-shirt now. This might have been from the same journey actually. A nice single stitch t-shirt, on the Gildan ultra heavy cotton. This is called the Green Bay Bobcats. Try to say that after a sherry. Green Bay Bobcats. Yeah, just a single stitch t-shirt. Found it in a charity shop, looked really cool. £3 I paid for it, and it sold £24 plus postage. You see a single stitch, especially with a nice American graphic, always worth picking up if it's cheap. Again, it's not gonna make you rich, like £24 sale, but yeah, it's just a nice sale. Keep them coming in, keep that money rolling in. Get them bills paid. This featured in a boot sale video, one of the last of the calendar year that I went to before I got ill and then had a migraine. Box A, a nice Orvis piece. This should be easy to find because it's bright red. Of course I found a bright red thing and it wasn't that. Oh, here it is. Box A. Nice vintage Orvis piece. Orvis is like a sort of fishing slash outdoor wear type brand. I put a picture here so you can see it better. But yeah, bought for £5 at the Colchester Park and Ride boot sale, late riser. And it sold on eBay, £45 plus postage. Very nice. That's a much better markup. That's going into the next year, 2025. I'm going to still be doing clothing, like I've said before, but I do want to get some cool, quirky bits, but with the clothing on bigger, punchier items. Not like obviously, because I'm still learning. I'm still sort of 2-3 years into clothing, so I'm still learning. Like the All Saints, I made a £5 on after fees and that. Less of that, more of this. And that was my eBay orders. Only 5 over the Christmas and Boxing Day. Sort of slowed down a bit. I expected it to slow down. It's Christmas, right? But yeah, still making sales, which is good. On to Vinted, 8 sales. So beating eBay yet again. Box D, we're starting with a women's wear item. I don't know too much about women's wear, as you may or may not know, but a certain brands, certain materials and things, if I find it and I know what it is, I pick it up. This won't look like much to you. It's just a black velvet dress, but it had a bit of silk in it and vintage Laura Ashley. And that's quite, it can be hit and miss Laura Ashley. With this, I knew obviously there's silk in it, which is a sort of more premium material. Vintage Laura Ashley as well, so a bit more collectible, a bit more desirable. It cost me £3 from a boot sale, listed in October, so taking a couple of cycles. Like eBay cycle is a 30-day cycle and it keeps going, so yeah, a couple of them. But from £3 I've got on Vinted, sorry, completely forgot this is a Vinted sale, so 0 fees completely, £30, 50p. That's a nice chunky sale. Again, Vinted is quite a lot of sort of that £25 to £30 sale, no fees though. Again, there's I say like keeps the money rolling in, but I've sold this from a £30, 50p all in. But I'm not going to see that £30 until the buyer receives it and they're happy with it for 14 days. So I'm not going to see that £30 until mid-January, which is a bummer, but it's coming in. I'm building my pending balance up. My pending balance on Vinted is currently £1,400. My available balance is 0. I know within my next cycle, my next month, I've got £1,400 at least coming to me, as long as they don't all return them. So even though my balance is 0 at the moment to put into my bank, I've got £1,400 worth of sales that are in the system somewhere, which is encouraging. Pair of Converse, cheap and cheerful. So with Converse, only if they're a bit different I might pick them up if they're cheap enough. Paid £4 for these at a boot sale, listed in August on eBay. I didn't start listing on Vinted Pro until the start of October. So eBay had the head start, but Vinted still got the sale. So for £15 plus Vinted's extra pennies, so £15 48p from £4 again. I thought these were a bit different, but maybe the condition wasn't as good. It was an off-white, it's like a beigey colour, but in the pictures it probably looked a bit dirty maybe, but yeah, good condition, but maybe again avoid them in the future. This was a nice item, really nice. Lamb's Wool, Pringle Box E we're going to now. Should be nice and easy. Box E, there it is, without a fault. I really like finding Pringle stuff, especially when it's like vintage. This was 100% lamb's wool, nice V-neck on it, women's light blue, like golfing jumper, really nice, classic looking thing. 100% lamb's wool. Found this in a charity shop for £3 or £4, I think it was. I haven't actually put it on my SKU here. Be a maximum £4. I know I definitely didn't pay a £5 because I remember seeing it and thinking under a £5 for 100% lamb's wool and sort of vintage Pringle, I'm having that. And it sold on Vinted £24 plus their extra pennies of 38p, so 24, 38 from £3, £4, £20 note profit. No fees, no worry about postage. I just print the label off because it's on Vinted and out it goes. Just got to wait 3 or 4 weeks from £20. And this next one was part of a big boot sale haul, again from Colchester Boot Sale, Box N. Yeah, I bought a load of vintage stuff from a house skin and sky. it had some wicked stuff in it. I haven't sold the main coat for over 100 quid. I think I'm asking 180. It's Swedish. There's alpaca in it. It's really nice. Everything else like averaged out about £2 an item, like dirt cheap for quality items. And there was an Austin Reed, or two Austin Reeds, men's blazers, like nice knit to it, like proper classic looking blazer. Like I said, owes me about £2 an item, even like the £180 coat that hasn't sold yet with the average. £25, 70p. So again, I've accepted 25. Vinted have added 70p on. I don't know why still. No one's really sure. I've had about 3 different reasons, but I don't care. Works in my favour. So yeah, from a couple of quid into 25. Again, it's just that bill paying type price. Vinted to Vinted sale now on some slippers. I think they're slippers anyway. They're sort of light material. Yeah, a tip if you're thinking of getting boxes, don't get one massive box. Get a lot of smaller boxes like this. It's a lot easier to find items because you notice there's a big box that holds a lot of shoes. I'm trying to find one pair of shoes in a lot of shoes. Makes it hard work, whereas 2 smaller boxes are a lot easier. I'll carry on finding. Ah, will you go away? There you are. Oh my goodness me. The North Face, like nylon slippers, I think they were called. Again, not an amazing profit. They were cheap, they were free postage. It all came to £7.24 for me on Vinted. And again, sold them back on Vinted, £22.50. Again, profit, but maybe not punchy enough to have my money. Obviously I've paid on Vinted for them. I've had to wait for them to be delivered, them to picture and to list, and then I've sold them. Then I've got to wait that 14 days. So to make like 15, 18 pound or whatever it is, I haven't worked it out quickly. Yeah, to wait that amount of time for that little profit, again, might have to consider in the new year, like revising how much profit I need to make if it's Vinted to Vinted. Stupid bloody big box. Pair of boots, Timberland. I know the boots are all in this one. From one big box to another big box. Hopefully it's not as hard to find. But yeah, please do yourself a favour, do not get massive boxes. These are called the hook set chucker. Like an ankle boot, not like a work boot, more of a fashion boot. These were £5.95 from a charity shop. Listed them on eBay and Vinted in October, because that's when I started listing on Vinted in October. Again, Vinted got the sale, £30, 60p, bill payer, easy. Pair of jeans, as bog standard as you like, box F, 501s, 38 waist, 32 leg. Again, there's not much to say, they're Levi jeans, 501s, 38 waist, bigger waist. I paid, what did I pay? £7 from a charity shop for these. I'm really interested to see what I got actually, because I'm not actually sure. Oh, £28.57. And the difference with these, they were vintage, they're 90s, so there's a bit more to say about them. They're 501s, but they're from the 90s. With Levi's, you can tell the date on Levi's, because there is certain number codes now on the inside label. Sometimes you need to do a bit of a Google to see what number you are looking at, but there, these are from the 90s. Yeah, £7 into 28, another £20 profit there, or £21 profit. Just got to wait for it. And then we're doing a Vinted to Vinted again, box D. This is nice, really nice Sherpa sort of workwear jacket. Again, you can't see it. Again, I'll put this picture up here. I paid for this all in £13.29 on Vinted, and it didn't last long. Listed on eBay and Vinted. Vinted got the sale. I think it was an offer that came in. Oh, I didn't do as well actually. £27.88p. I think with the slowdown on that, I was obviously more inclined to take offers. I could have got a lot more than that. I could have got more, 35 quid. It's Folk with Fat Face, like a collaboration. Again, £13 into 27, 28, like sort of doubling up from buying to Vinted, waiting for it, picturing it, and then waiting for that 14 days. Again, going into New Year, I'm gonna have to recalibrate how I'm buying on Vinted to sell back on Vinted potentially. Nice pile for a couple of days, especially when people are spending time with their family and friends, or most of the time anyway. Yeah, so not bad. Normally Boxing Day goes quite well. Obviously, if people don't see their family or just they come down, they've got Christmas money or whatever. So yeah, not too shabby, I'd say. Obviously, it's Friday today and then going into the weekend, so hopefully a lot more sales now. So a lot of bill payers, lots of £20 notes here, £15, £20, £25, the odd bigger item and that. But yeah, as I said, going into 2025, I want to up that average selling price again. Back where I used to be, I used to average nearly £50 an item, but that was when I was doing furniture a lot more. Obviously, I've got the odd bit of furniture, like this is like nearly 200 quid's worth. What else have we got here? Nice vintage piece here, but it has to be few and far between. It has to be something a bit special. I definitely need space for it to pick it up. But furniture, especially vintage furniture, is where the big money's at. Lamps, lights, decor, things like that. And like I said, with the Vinted to Vinted, I'm gonna have to probably sit down, make a graph, like make a spreadsheet. If I buy at this rate on Vinted with the postage and the protection fee and the wait time as well, with eating the money up, my cash flow, because it really is a cash flow killer on Vinted. It really has to be worth it. At least like what? I'm not even sure. I'm gonna have to sit down. I'm gonna sit down with the boss. Amy, my wife, she used to work as a business analyst. So she would literally sit down with a business. They're gonna restructure. They just want to redo what they do. She literally goes through with a fine tooth comb, basically helps improve their business. That's what she used to do a few years ago. So I might actually ask for help with that, because obviously aimlessly making £12-15 Vinted to Vinted is taking up my cash flow. I'm gonna have to wait so long. Like the money's coming, it's just taking far too long to get that. So for a sale to be worth the time to wait, that's what I need to do going into next year. So last time I left you, this side was a mess. I've organised it a lot more now. As you can see, a lot of cameras. These are all full. Camcorder, 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 laser disc. I need to sort that out, obviously. There's my old laptop, more cameras. These are all chargers, and then more camcorders, and more cameras and camcorders there, and a random thing there, and a couple of speakers. So last time I left you, it was a mess. I couldn't really see what was going on, whereas now I can actually see, lots of camcorders to sort out. And I do ideally want it to be done before or when the children go back, or soon after. Don't really want to be going into next year. It's still here. Boot sale season hits, summer hits, they're still here, Because some of these I've had for a year and a half now. It wasn't this year, it was last boot sale season before this year's that I picked some of these up at, which is silly. And camcorders sell really well. They're just a pain in the butt to test, to get the parts if you need to replace the charger, the battery or whatever. That's why they get put off. With my limited time, obviously bringing up the children, doing the school run, as you saw in my life of a reseller, I'm very tight on time. So when I could just list 10 pairs of clothes or 10 pairs of shoes, minimal effort, minimal cleaning, whereas these takes a lot of time, but when they are listed, they sell fast and they sell strong. So that's my aim for next week. So stick around. I will be doing more videos, hopefully before the new year. So refocusing, ready for next year. Make sure I'm buying stuff that's worth eating up my cash flow for the amount of time that it does, and get this stuff listed.